left-wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat. Senator Thom Tillis, who previously endorsed Trump, broke ranks with the annoying orange because he was spreading misinformation about Hurricane Helene. Tillis said, "We have to stay focused on rescue operations, and we don't need any of these distractions on the ground." Mm-hmm. Ace, how does misinformation impact people on the ground, like the first responders, and people who are trying to just recover their lives?
Once again, I mean, just misinformation is going to lead the wrong narrative of what's going on. You know, you're a first responder or whatever the case may be, you're out there trying to save somebody. Mm-hmm. Or you may just be in a situation, and let me back that up a little bit. A lot of times in these situations, first responders come from other neighboring states.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you're a fireman, they need your help over there, but you're getting misinformation that, you know, it's really not that serious or whatever the case may be.
Or they're stopping you from helping.
They're stopping you from helping, or you know, the funds are not right. So you decide, hey, I'm not going to be a part of that. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But they may really need your help over there. You know what I'm saying? And that falls on a lot of things. Same thing with the people that are on the ground. Now, misinformation's affecting them a little more differently because they need the help. Mm-hmm. And enough help is not coming in now because we got people bullshitting. Yeah, like I said, in the day in the store, we're talking about Republican people that are saying, look, all that's bullshit. Y'all need to stop doing it.
Yeah.
And they're the people on the ground. That's why I don't understand why people are still pushing the misinformation and the rumors out there, because it's affecting real people. Especially when, you know, the country that wants to always make things blue and red, when your side is saying, look, stop.
Yeah.
Why ain't you fucking stopping, man? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's affecting people.
It's misleading people on how to seek help. Like, they don't even know where to go, how to do it. And then with the first responders, I think it gets dangerous because they're trying to help you, and you got a distrust going on, and you can actually impact their lives. Like I said, like you said, Texas comes and all these other surrounding areas, they're not even people from that state. They're from different states trying to provide help, and then they go there, and it's kind of like, okay, y'all don't want me here. You know what I mean? And you act in some kind of way. And they don't follow directions. And then, you know, how that leads to other things. And they're just complicating overall the coordination of everything that's happening. Everybody wants to know, why is it a slow roll? And I haven't gotten assistance. Well, you are the cause of that. The misinformation is the cause of that. You know, the coordination itself falls to the wayside because you got people distrusting. You know, the ones who are trying to help you, you're scared of them. You don't know where to go. I mean, it's crazy. I said, just create panic and chaos. And that's not what we need to be when we're trying to actually help people. People's lives have been lost and destroyed. A lot of people have to rebuild at this point in time. They don't need the extra crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how evil you have to be to look like at a hurricane, see these people and say, how can I twist this as a political advantage? Oh, yeah. Well, by the way, Biden was giving money away to the immigrants. Not going in there and saying, hey, man, these people need help or whatever. You're playing on their situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, you're in that disaster right now because Biden gave all the money to the disasters to the immigrants, which was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just kind of pisses me off that we're allowing somebody that fucking evil to run for president.
Yeah. And people are going to vote for him.
And there's people out here that are ignoring all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking evil, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Very.
That's fucking evil. That's like turning off the water if you see a house on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I just, you know, like I always say, man, a lot of people, when they paint Trump, they paint a lot of pictures of him. But the one thing I say he cannot do, that he has to be able to do, is govern. And in every situation where he's had that situation, he's shown that he can't govern. That's the only reason. I mean, if you have one reason not to vote for him, that's it.
Yeah.
He can't do the job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can't govern. And presidents have to be able to govern. They have to be able to have compassion for people in situations and make the best decision for everybody, you know, overall.
And the key word you said is everybody.
Everybody.
Because he does not talk like that. He will tell you the left is this and all these other people are all bad. So dividing the country, that's how we lead.
Yeah.
You know, you're leading by fear and fear mongering. You're supposed to be bringing people together to inspire. And he can't do that.
Yeah. I think that besides what you guys already said, I think another thing that it does when there's misinformation, it impacts first responders negatively, because what happens is it's kind of like a domino effect. If I hear like the first responders ain't doing shit and FEMA ain't doing shit for you, blah blah blah, guess what? I'm gonna try to take things into my own hands. I'm gonna try to get to where I need to get, whether I'm creating a boat out of my lawnmower or I'm fucking driving my car in high water that I shouldn't be driving, or I got my wife on my back, walking through water with alligators in it. I'm taking risk because I don't think, because I'm being told that no one is going to help me. FEMA's not helping me. The first responders ain't helping. You out there by yourself, Mr. Citizen. So guess what? I ain't just gonna lay down and die. Okay, I'm gonna do something. But what does that do? If more people start trying to take things into their own hands, more people end up putting their own lives at risk. They end up in flooding water. They end up driving into a flood zone. They end up with that little boy floating on a goddamn piece of a board in the middle of the damn place by himself, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And people have to, it ends up using more resources.
Right.
And then when you're using more resources, what happens to the first responders? Their lives are now at risk because now they're trying to go save your dumb ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's kind of like the domino effect of the whole thing. You start lying, like I said before earlier, like lies, rumors and lies lead to more shit. You hear this bullshit, you take action into your own hands, put your own lives at risk. Now first responders coming and their lives are at risk. So it is just a horrible, like cyclical type of, circle, whatever you want to call it, that you're going through, that's impacted by all of this misinformation, man. And it's sad that politicians don't care about their constituents. Sorry. Except, like, you got these Republicans here, to your point, Ace. They stepping up and saying, you know what? Stop this shit. You're fucking with my people. But I wonder if they would be saying the same thing if the motherfucking shit was happening in Texas.
Right.
Would the Florida guy be stepping up and saying, you're lying, Trump? Or would he be like, yeah, I agree?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it's happening to your people,
now you guys
act different. And I think that's true with everything. Like, we all have friends who go through all kind of shit. I had a friend whose kid went through cancer. And from my understanding, I don't know how deeply he had like a connection with helping people with cancer. He never talked about cancer at all. Once his son got cancer, he became like very much a advocate for cancer research, helping kids. We had him on our show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Impact.
When it hits you personally, you
have
act
a different perspective.
So these Republicans, I'm going to give them some credit for doing what they're doing and stepping up against, misinformation. But at the same time, I wonder in the back of my mind, would you be if it was happening somewhere else?
No, probably not. I mean, let's use Greg Abbott, man. I mean,
he don't care about nobody.
We had a mass shooting, probably one of the worst mass shootings, in the country here, and he ignored the shit like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, same thing. I don't believe for 1 minute if we got hit by a natural disaster that he'd give two shits about it. You know what I'm saying? That is just straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't impact him.
You know what I'm saying? He'd be on the FEMA line and the misinformation and talking about that Biden bullshit, which has nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no faith at all. So that's why my hat's off to these guys, man, that are really in the hats of it and finally said, hey, you know what? Fuck the politics shit.
It's not about that.
Fuck trying to give Trump power and sway votes. Let's take care of people, man. And what we're supposed to be doing when we get put in this position, we're supposed to solve problems. We're not supposed to be like Ted Cruz going to Cancun when the snowstorm hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So we got examples of fucked up people doing things, you know what I'm saying, and still holding office. Look, man, the way you sway politically is the way you sway. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole beautiful thing about this American experiment, man. We should be able to agree to disagree, man. But at the end of the day, man, when people need things, when it's real life problems out there, we got to come together and make the shit happen and cut the bullshit. And that's what these guys are doing, man. They're saying, hey, you know what? Cut the bullshit. Trump, you over here lying and saying shit, just try to sway votes. Yep. We actually got fucking people out here that are hurting. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least come down here and do the fucking basketball shot, paper towel move that you did in Puerto Rico and shit.
Right.
Like, do something other than lie. You know what I'm saying?
Hurting people.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, hats off to them on what they're talking about.